Right guys, in theory you should be able to hear me. He said. So guys, I'm just going to go for a quick flight and try out the new digital zoom on the Air 2. There's also a couple of new features as well on the newest firmware update. So let's have a little play.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Right, so let's have a bit of a fly. Bird of prey. Oh, bloody hell, it's a bird of prey up there. Where is he? Not that bothered. So I've got a buzzard, I think it is, or a kite, one of the two. See what he's up to. I'm just going to hover for a bit. He's not that bothered, he's flown away actually, so that's alright. Oh no, what's he doing? There he is up the top there, buzzing around. So he's not bothered, he's gone. He's right up there, cruising around, loving life. Right, let's bring it back down. Just don't want to get attacked by a buzzard. Would have not been great. Let's just start recording again. So, at the moment you can see I'm zoomed in on two times, which is kind of cool, because now we've got upscaled digital zoom, so that means we can actually get in with a bit more of an angle, so you can kind of so if we go back to 1, it kind of gives you that, you know, if you come down a bit there for example, you have got that sort of 3D feel, as you can see there, like I'm rotating around and it's still giving it a thing. But if I go 2 times, bring it down a bit, it should make the background and the front move, background move much faster than the front. There we go. Looks really cool. Obviously back to 1 times, so you can see the difference. Really cool though. That works very well. Very well. I'm running the camera in auto exposure just because the sun keeps going in and out, in and out, in and out. And for God's sake, so I know you might see it change a bit, but it's just the way the light is at the moment. It's going to come back out in a minute. But right, let's take a couple of pictures anyway. Let's go a bit closer. I can't believe I haven't actually done the field yet, which is, yeah, I would have thought they would have got the combine harvester out and actually done this. There's quite a bit of wheat here. So, right, let's go right over the chimney, go up a bit out of the way. And I'm flying this in normal mode, so it's got the anti-avoidance collision thing. And with the update, you've now got the it'll brake for you or whatever, which is kind of cool. So That works rather nicely. Let's go back to... So the cool thing is now I'm sort of 44 feet up, and I can actually, you can have a bit of a zoom in and have a look inside stuff without going too close, which is kind of cool. So we can actually have a bit of a closer look out that chimney, or down the chimney. Well, out actually. Getting too close to it, so that's the actual normal view. It's not. So that's a really cool, actually, even though people are going, oh, it's rubbish, this, that and the other, actually it looks quite good. There's quite a bit of wind moving me around there. It shows up on the 2 times there. A little bit of movement. Shame the light's a bit crap. But I do love these. Actually, let's take it over. Let's do that one. I try and remember to restart the filming every now and again, like just so you don't get huge clips and you haven't got to do so much cutting. So let's turn this round. We've actually got, now we've got the button here on the left hand side above the landing button. We can actually safely assistance mode sideways off, so it'll only fly forwards there apparently. So my left and right, left stick moving left and right, it'll only go straight now. I can still steer it left with the right hand stick that I've got it set on, because I've got it on mode 3.
Maximum flight distance reached.
There we go. So now I can actually move left and right, which is kind of cool. So he gets buffeted around a bit there. Oh, he's back again. Where is he? I hear him, but I can't see him. There's 2 of them up there. Right, so I'm going to do, I've not done this before, so we have to set it up. So let's do, let's come out of the zoom thing. So let's go normal wide. In fact, it's even wider than it was before. Quick shot. So what's it going to do? Let's do a circle. Yeah.
3,
So that's
2,
going to go round now.
1.
Hopefully won't hit that tree. over the top of that tree. That's really... Oh. Maximum distance reached. Really? Over there? Ah. Okay. Video 4K wide. Let's go HDR. I've just done that manually. Bit too quick, really. That's a different angle of view, which is nice. So that's take a few more pictures. I like the way you've got an obvious power thing now. So I've got 19 minutes of flight time. Obviously 63% of the power left. So it gives you a real, thing. 21 satellites, good radio controller connection and everything. So it's really, really cool. So I'm going to take this around the front again. I'm actually going to plant it somewhere about, it's quite a nice angle there, kind of thing. And I'm actually going to do a panorama, wide angle, get it about there, and it will just do the shots now. She's brilliant. It's one of the coolest things you could ever really want. So you've got a nice high megapixel image that it stitches together, and you end up with a really cool image. So I forget it doesn't. I haven't got it set to save them on here. So what should we do next? Should we do a quick shot, droney. Just do it normally. So that's just manual. You can do obviously automated, but sometimes just being gentle with the sticks and getting it going. Just looks cool. This is where we need to do a pano, which could be quite cool, wide angle. So with the pano function, which I use quite a bit actually, and that's just really, really good because, I mean, the resolution images you get from it, because it's obviously stitched a load of pictures together, and you get a really lovely view, especially if you're relatively high up, you've got a beautiful view across the countryside, you kind of want to get quite a bit in. So having the automatic pano version, so wide angle or 180 degrees or spherical. I use the wide angle one most, I just think it's more sort of lifelike. But you do get the odd problem, especially when you've got wheat fields and things like this, with lots of lines going everywhere. It does mess up occasionally, but that's what Photoshop's for, so you can literally fix it if you need to. Right, let's come back out of there. Let's do a bit of a beautiful countryside we're lucky to have. That was lucky, it's in shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it over now. I'm actually going to take it over to here. A bit more. Bring it down. Shout out, you stupid dog. The problem with the drone, sometimes when you're using the sticks, you can actually end up moving left and right slightly. So if you put on the lock sideways on, it should now, in theory, run. We've got no left and right movement now. So let's just bring it down. In theory, it should stay perfectly. That line. Yeah, actually that's really easy, because before I don't think I would have been able to do this. It's getting blown off slightly. It's very windy at the moment. Hello, hound. Hello. You alright? Just saw this house and I thought I've got to come and look at it. It's brilliant, the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Was it a farmhouse?
I presume so, no idea. So I thought I've got to stick the drone up and have a quick photograph it before it falls down. It's one of those things you think.
Yeah, it's sort of quite strange in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bizarre. So it must have been lived in at some point.
Yeah, they've definitely got a chimney.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the water supply would have come from.
Who knows?
Where,
Maybe they didn't. But I mean, there's a pond there,
Oh, yeah.
and there's also another pond further.
Oh, right, so probably a well then.
Yeah.
When we walked here yesterday, because we're staying on the campsite here,
Yeah.
we couldn't find the actual Ordnance Survey map.
Oh, okay.
Had been altered.
Ah.
So this should have been where the slightly lower down, and so we were a bit confused yesterday. How to
Oh, the actual footpath, you mean?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. It's quite picturesque from. See there.
Oh yeah. Ah, cool. It's very quiet. You can't hear it, can you?
It's one of the newer ones, which means it's got much quieter blades.
Wow.
But it's one of those. It's fabulous. You know, just an old building like that. It's just
Can make it look amazing.
yeah, just interesting. You know,
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah, we're sailors, and
Oh, right.
and our we've sailed down into the Med, and our boat's in the Med at the moment. We can't get to it. But
Oh, right.
It's in Turkey, but our neighbour has one of those.
Yeah.
And when
You know, bring it
but
in.
you can go over mountains and things, and sweeping
Yeah.
and into the landscape, so you wouldn't see.
But now, it's now stopped. I can't go.
Oh, that's amazing.
I can't go any further. So
Wow,
it's
that is clever.
it's very clever. It's got sensors, a bit like parking sensors on your car. That's all it is.
Yeah. I should imagine that's probably 1930s, maybe 20s, 30s, maybe a bit full, because the tin roofs are quite popular then, or the sort of corrugated roofs, which often had asbestos in them.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a tin one.
Yeah, I don't know without really going there, but I don't really
I
want to.
imagine all those houses there weren't there then. A lot of these houses are.
This would have been in the middle of nowhere, wouldn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, you've got, I think there's a couple of houses over that way.
Yeah.
But it's very quiet. I mean, the previous one I had before was quite high pitched.
So what do you do with the old ones? Do you just sell them?
Yeah, I sold it on. Just literally. I mean, I only had it about 6 months, but then they brought this out, and I thought, shall I? Shan't I? Yes.
So what model is this one?
This is DJI Air 2. See, DJI Air 2. So guys, just you can hear there, a lovely lady, she walked up to me, she's walking her dogs, but this is a problem. When someone walks to you and you're flying your drone, you're staying away from everyone, so I was in the middle of nowhere, but having to have a dog walker come up to me. She was absolutely fine. I spoke to her about it, and she was really cool and very interested actually with it, and obviously could see I was trying to be artistic and doing cinematic stuff. So, you know, it's not like I was peeping over someone's hedges and looking in their house or anything like that. So you've just got to be a bit wary. I think this is where the problems may occur more often than not. If someone flies into your, someone walks into your area where you've been there for a while, and someone walks up to you. So I hovered the drone for a while out the way while I talked to her, and she was fine with it. So she became part of my group as such, so then I could carry on. I was demonstrating it, but didn't actually bring it close to us at all. I was explaining the safety systems it's got and things like that. So she was really, really interested. So I think that's a really good thing. If you've got people who are fine with it, but I think, you know, it's going to be difficult if you do get a bit of an idiot who doesn't appreciate this sort of thing. But anyway, as you can see here, the 2x zoom actually works quite well. It can really give a nice, more compressed view, but I did notice when it's a bit windy you do get a bit of movement in the camera, where when it's a wider angle you don't see any movement at all, and I think that's something we've just got to remember, is the narrower the angle of view, if it does become windy and the camera starts moving around a bit, or the drone rather, you may see a little bit of movement left and right, maybe even up and down as well, from the angle of view, so from the camera. But it wasn't bad at all, but I could see it a couple of times. Other than that, the drone performed really, really well, and I did like the new addition of basically turning off your movement left and right on your stick. So basically you can only go backwards and forwards. You can steer it with your your other stick, so you can steer it left and right, but it just stops you moving off course. So, you know, when you're trying to fly down a dead straight line, it just allowed me to carry on and actually get it right, you know, so that worked really, really nicely as well. So very pleased on how that worked. And yeah, so, you know, when you're flying along a straight line, or maybe in between some trees, it's very easy just to, you know, move your stick left or right very slightly, so your drone will slightly start to drift one way, and having it turned off and it can only go backwards and forwards, it was really, really good. And you can adjust it obviously then with your other stick just to keep it on track, just with a little bit of steering. So that was really, really cool. I actually really appreciate that, and the fact that it's just on the screen as well. You just touch it, you know, to engage it or not, and it's just above your hover, your takeoff and landing button. So anyway guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and I'm going to stick together another video with a little bit of music and everything of my flying from today. Another place I went to as well, so I think I'll integrate that. But I just thought I'd show it behind the scenes from what I actually see when I'm flying, and it may help some other people decide on buying one or any other issues and stuff. But it was quite cool. So I shall see you soon. Cheers.